Welcome to Isla del Sol, the birthplace of the sun and the Inca dynasty. Located on Lake Titicaca, as you can see behind me, the highest freshwater lake in the entire world, 3,800 meters up, located in the Andes Mountains in between Bolivia and Peru. It is a beautiful setup, 70 kilometers squared. It's about 10 kilometers if you want to walk the entire way across the island. 3,000 indigenous people still inhabit this island. And me and Em are just going to be exploring, checking it out and seeing what we can get up to. In terms of the birthplace of the son of the Incan dynasty, they say that the sun god showed himself to Adam and Eve when there was a huge flood. But I've read a little bit online contrasting to that, saying the Incas took it by force. So let me know if you know the real reason down in the comments below. And luckily for you and me, we're not a history channel, just a little bit of facts, a little bit of figures, and we're going to be taking you around best viewpoints, best spots. We thought we're going to be getting an unbelievable little lunch overlooking this beautiful backdrop behind me. However, they're closed. So we'll see what we can get up to. If you enjoy what you see, if you have any questions, bang it down below. Still en route to 3K subs. Let's get cooking, baby. The first thing you're probably thinking is, Gaz, how do I get to this beautiful little island? So from Copacabana, there are two options. You can either go to the south of the island, like myself and Em did. I'll overlay the name now. It's an hour and a half to this point. The boat goes at 8:30 a.m. Or if you want to go to the north side of the island, it is at 9 a.m. and it takes 2 hours to get there. The boat is unbelievably slow, chugging along, but beautiful views all around Copacabana, Isla del Sol, Isla del Luna. It's just an unbelievable little setup. There are no toilets on board, so do bear that in mind. It's a tiny little boat and it will set you back 30 Bolivianas each way. If you book there and back in the same time, so if you're going in the same day, it is 40 Bolivianas and the boat times coming back are only 10:30, 11:30, or 4 p.m. So myself and Em, we're locked in for the old long haul. We're just going to explore, as you can see behind me, silly setup, and yeah, see what we can get up to. Stop number one, myself and Em got dropped off at Uyuni. Brutal walk to start the day, about half an hour to this point. We're at Las Vegas restaurant. We thought we'd get some food, some fuel, and just take in some of this ruthless scenery. However, it is closed, the things you hate to see. So we're going to be seeing what else we can find here. We've got Em just perusing, taking in a bit of the old scenery. Had the drone out, so I'll overlay that right about now, and it's unbelievable. There is a massive hawk or eagle. There's something flying about that would absolutely have its way with the old drone. But you know, we put the drone on the line so you can get these delicious shots. Despite there only being a couple of boats each day, there's like loads in the, like, I'm not even gonna say like harbour on the waterfront, as you kind of see in front of us now. So there's different areas I guess you can get dropped off at, but I think these are all local boats. The tourist points are at the north and south of the island, but it's just beautiful scenery. The fact that we're looking at a lake and not at, not it's like the sea is absolutely mind-boggling. Me and Em were saying, like, it reminds us of like Italy a little bit. If anyone's done Hike of the Gods, is it? Something along those lines. Path of the Gods, one of the two. But yeah, lovely scenery, all kind of terrace. So again, rolling us back to the time in Asia, all the nice little terrace rice fields and just a silly setup. We set off pretty sharpish up the hill. It is extremely difficult. So make sure you bring lots of water, make sure you're stocked up on the old sun cream, because yeah, 3,800 meters, we're probably at about 4,100 now. So yeah, you will be getting absolutely battered in every single orifice in terms of hydration, in terms of skin. It's absolute carnage. The walk is very difficult. From that most southern point, we only walked say half an hour. It is super steep, an absolute killer on the old cardio. So take it nice and slow. Again, if you do a lot of walking, it's like twice as hard. Of all these hikes we've been doing recently, even just walking around La Paz at 3,800 meters, the altitude is an absolute killer. I did a little hike yesterday on the Copacabana video, and if you've not watched it, go back, check that one out. And it was only like 20 minutes, but my heart rate was about 180, 190. It could have been about 200 beats per minute. It was absolutely flowing, flying, and going through the absolute roof. So yeah, what you do get though with high altitude and brutal hikes is unbelievable scenery like this. So any other good points, we'll be checking back in, and hopefully we can find some food, because it's coming to lunchtime. Not had anything to eat yet, didn't have anything to drink, so I was worried about needing a wee on the old on the boat over here. But you know what, it's worth it for these, isn't it? Restaurant option one was closed. However, the team always comes prepared. Restaurant Inti Gelanta. Silly setup. Wait till you see these views. It's got Wi-Fi and it's unbelievable. It's 10 times as good as the one we had in La Paz. The king surveying the kingdom. As Gary Barlow says, this is my idea of a very nice day out. Got a little coffee to kick off proceedings, and then we've got a 3-course meal coming. I'll just overlay it in a very short second, but first, again, just drinking all those views. Terraced fields. Are they rice fields? I don't know. Not too sure about the cultivation around here, but this is just unbelievable. A little bit of hiking, a little bit of scenery, and then, yeah, just taking in ruthless views and vibes. In terms of the food, it is coming out at £5.50 for a 3-course meal. We've got a little quinoa soup to kick things off. All the soups we've had so far in Bolivia have been absolutely banging. And then we're also going to get a little grilled chicken number. I think it comes with rice and it comes with chips. Most meals, when you do order them like that, will do so. And then to finish off the day, we've got a little banana split. So, what do you reckon your favourite's going to be out of them?
Probably the quinoa soup. We've had a few tastings of quinoa and it's like completely different when you have it back at home.
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's a few places where, like, we just have like 1 or 2 types of quinoa. Out here, they just have an absolutely ridiculous amount. Apparently, they also have like 200 variations of potatoes. So again, potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Hopefully, the food's banging. If you know what film that's from, bang it in the comments. And again, I'm pretty much just going to be checking in for ruthless scenery like this the entire day. 15-20 minute walk from the lunch stop. I want to be saying these are some Inca ruins. However, I think somebody just tried to build a house and not got round to finishing it. But wait until you see these views. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Just a reminder that you're looking at a lake and not the sea. You've got the rice fields looking like Sapa, reminding us of Asia. It's just ridiculous behaviour. It's unbelievably windy here. So again, if you're not hearing any wind, shout out to the Osmo Pocket. One day they will be sponsoring G-Dubs. Shout out to DJI, unbelievable bit of kit. And then, yeah, these are all like the houses we kind of walked through a little bit earlier. As you can hear, we're at about 4,400 metres altitude, blowing to say the least. But it's just ruthless scenery. This is what you came here for. I think for me, if you're going to come here, I think do it as a day trip. I wouldn't want to stay here. There's a girl that we met on the bus to Copacabana who's staying here for like 2-3 days, and she was like, there's not much going on. The north of the island is a lot more chilled, relaxed. She said a little bit on the rundown side. So for me, I can't comment on that. The side that we've come up on the south of the island, loads of different restaurants, loads of little hostels, loads of little place to get a little beer wara, a little cerveza, a little bit of the old water into the system, a little coffee. And yeah, I think it's a half day or a full day trip like me and Em have done. Get here at 10, go home at 4, and it's just ridiculous views. I mean, I don't know what more you want than that. We've not seen anyone after we've done the first 15-minute walk, hike or whatever, out of the centre of town. We've not seen one person until we got all to the restaurants and people were sat down there. There are a few little beaches in the distance. I don't think it's bring your swimmers sort of vibes. But yeah, for me, it is just a ridiculous scenery. I'm gonna have to get down from here because I'm absolutely freezing. The sun is beating down when you're hiking. It's super tough with the altitude and the sun. But yeah, on this bit is a little bit exposed. It's blowing an absolute gale. But yeah, cannot complain. This is what we came here for. There's going to be a full review of, like, obviously today and Bolivia in general. But for me, this is your first time watching the channel. I visited, if I can even get my words out, I visited 75 countries and putting Bolivia #1. It's been absolutely unbelievable. If you've not tuned into any of the other footage, go back, watch all the Salt Flat stuff, watch all the La Paz stuff, and you can even watch me get beaten up by a Chilita wrestler. Ridiculous scenes, ridiculous views, great people, and yeah, straight 10 out of 10 from me. Unbelievable. Del Sol, boxed up, wrapped up and sent in a one-way ticket, as always, to the Gulag. Lovely little day out, finished off with a nice little coffee, nice little hot chocolate bun included, and a bottle of Coke. Bottle of Coke's better than normal Coke?
All the way, 100%.
All day. So, worth a trip here?
Definitely, yeah. It takes a little bit to get here, slow boat, but once you get here, views are amazing. It's just unbelievable that, like, this isn't the sea. Like, it is huge. Like, so hard to comprehend. Yeah, crazy. What was your highlight of the day? When we stopped hiking uphill. That was torture. No, we found the cutest little spot, just me and Gaz, on the little, what do you call them, rocking chairs. Yeah, it was nice. And it's just, incredible views, good food, amazing.
Yeah, ridiculous scenery. I think I accidentally overpaid the woman, so instead of 120, I paid her 170. So me and Em were like, oh my God, it's such good value, because it was like £8 each for like a 3-course meal and a drink, and I actually paid her technically like 33% too much. So I think La Paz to Copacabana's cheaper, and then even here, which you think that, do you know what I mean? You have to buy food here. You think it'd be more expensive, but yeah, unbelievable value. The food is really good. I think the highlight of Bolivia food are the soups.
Do you know what's funny? I've been craving soup as well for months, have I not? Yeah. And then all of a sudden we get here and like the soups are just like we had quinoa, I'd say, for the first time, which I feel like is just the vegetable one, but they just add quinoa in the vegetable and they add rice. But either way, amazing. Yeah,
the clear broth soups are next level. It's basically the ramen, like it's like the Bolivian version of like a South Korea or Japanese ramen. Yeah. Phenomenal bit of kit. But yeah, beautiful island, silly views. I would personally say come here as a day trip rather than stay here. I mean, you can hike north to south, south to north, 3 hours each way. So I'm not sure what you do for the rest of your time. If you want a complete chill out, relax, you could do that. But the little pads we're staying in Copacabana are unbelievable. And if you're like, Gaz, I've not seen the pad you're staying, it means one thing and one thing only. They've not watched the Copacabana vlog. Emma's found these unbelievable pads. So like cool. We're saying like a hobbit hole / Smurf house.
But be prepared, watch it and book in advance because it is a busy place.
Yeah, 3 weeks or 4 weeks or maybe 2 months actually.
We booked it 2 months in advance and we only had an option between 2 or 3 rooms, and there's like they're all completely different.
Yeah. So yeah, go back and watch that. Isla del Sol 100% gets a recommendation, the final frontier of Bolivia. For me, it's another country, one of 3 countries, Japan and Australia, only ones alongside Bolivia getting a straight 10 out of 10. What are your thoughts? Where's it rank for you? Top 10, top 5?
I would say, it's just so hard. But possibly, I'm going to meet in the middle. I was going to say top 5, but then I was like, well, maybe I'm going to go top 8.
Top 8. Yeah. For me, I'm putting it P1. Unbelievable place, the diversity, the scenery, like nothing you've ever seen before. Great people, and I can actually eat the food. The things you love to see. We're heading to Peru next. The content is going to be coming thick and fast. If you've not already subscribed, please do hit the button down below. Any questions in the comments. And remember, babe, the chef is always cooking. Let's get it.